Hey, what's up? Let's have a quick sound check, please. Great, great, great. Okay, I'll just share the screen then. So I think let's start with a fresh chart. Whatever I have have too many things on it. So let's just find. Oop, oop, oop. For example. Let's go Coinbase. That's the Euro chart though. Yeah, here's one. Alright. Let's go from top down and see where we're at. Okay, so we can start from this. As you remember, after this fall, we've formed this range, right? So I'm not gonna mark the range from this to there. I'm just gonna mark the range low because that's what's important right now. So this is the level that it needs to reclaim, right? For any bullish hope for these, right? So that's one. So we're still technically under resistance, and for this to be a deviation, it needs to get back in pronto. And this is the first target, if it does, and then these are the second. All right, and we'll see about this. So far simple, right? Okay, another thing that we need to look at is this monthly range, that monthly candle basically. So in here we took out the low and we're right under the mid-range right now, right? And also that mid-range RSI 50 is also acting as resistance right for now. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Oh, I'm sorry, this is a daily, this is the daily range. I'm sorry, not monthly. Monthly range was this, red line. And let's see what else we have. Okay, we also have this, I'm gonna do it differently. We also took out the weekly high, but we're failing to maintain the position. So what we need is for this week to be at least, you know, close somewhere here, you know, not basically close like this. We don't want to close like that. Then that would be an SFP. Then we should look for the, at least for the lows of this weekly candle, which I should be, okay, that's it. Right, let's go into daily and see what's going on. Hey mate, this stream is for you. To overcome your time zone difference now. Okay, so these are the levels right now, basically. Again, under resistance. This is also resistance right now because of this daily candle. Mid-range, capping the market, still below it. What we need to see is hold above, especially a close above this region, and then another push there, potentially there. Clear out all this. But the problem with this is the high is already taken out and we have the loss. So that's why I was expecting a rundown first to this demand zone. If it bounces, then we can look for higher targets, but let's go down a little bit more. So that's basically our last consolidation before the breakout zone. So that could be an important area for us. Right, step by step. And we also have a range formed right here, right? Low time frame range right about here. The mid range is pretty much overlapping. You could also use this one. Let's go for this. So now what we have here is on the lower time frame, we have this chunk here, and you know, maybe this and that one. So basically a run up, clear these out, and then flush back down there, and then hopefully another run up. Let's go into lower time frame, since we know what to expect now. See, on the lower time frame, we also have this Monday range now. We're inside this Monday range. That's the mid range. So anything like this, any run, that's a short. And there's a local resistance right there. And most important of all, we have a supply here now, because we broke this structure from here and we kind of broke this structure. So I would say we have a supply there. So I would expect a run up here, because on the short term there is nothing here unless the except Monday. But if it's gonna go down lower, it makes sense to take these out first and then run it back. If it starts breaking, then that's another story, of course. If it starts breaking, holding above, then we can look for higher targets. Let's go down to lower time frames. I basically took a long here when I saw the sweep of this, and now that I know that there's clear targets here, so basically my long looks like this. It's a scalp, something like that, towards there. Well, first target should be here anyways, like anywhere here. This is the weekly open, that's the Monday mid-range. So anything here should be a target. Since it's a scalp, I'm not really looking to go all the way there. I already made peace with this just going that much, that's it. After that, first of all, what we have here is we have this already demand zone there and also a resistance here. So anything here I would take a short by invalidation there or there, depending on your strategy, or even there, because if this is a supply zone, then it shouldn't really break it towards there, right? Yeah, I don't care sometimes, if the setup looks good, then I don't care, because the thing is, then now if you don't take it, then you're looking for a perfect entry, right? But I know that where I'm wrong, so I have my invalidation. All I need to do is just decrease my position. I know that if this runs again, I'm wrong, it needs to go lower. So since I know the distance for my risk, I can just take lower position size and still take the trade. Now the position size show, I don't know to what, I think 12,500 is the account size it shows. Yeah, 12,400. So it shows me that I need to take 0.8 BTC instead of, for example, if I took it here, instead of the 2.3 BTC, but it's the same trade essentially. The risk is the same. instead of losing this, if I believe in the trade, why not? I see these as very clear targets. Lows swept. Only the Monday low here, a little bit troubling. But it's okay because I have a smaller size, so I'm willing to take this chance, let's say. Yeah, but that's how you can tackle the psychology part. Just decrease the size. You don't need to go full ape on every trade. If your position size is like 10 BTC or 1 BTC, let's say, just use 0.2 BTC here. Or depending on the size, for example, you don't need to take the full size on the risk also. If your risk is $1,000, for example, you don't have to take the $1,000 risk here. You can just take $500 risk. So the position size is also will be much lower. If you were planning to take, for example, the 5 BTC trade, you take 1 BTC trade. See that? So you just need to be playing around with these. There is no perfect solution, but however your mind understands, however you can justify it to yourself, that's the right way. For example, if this trade seems too far away for you, whatever will make you see it otherwise is the right way to do. For me, is just decrease the size and take the trade anyway, because I'm pretty convinced that it's gonna go there. Then I'm okay if I'm wrong. I'm okay to lose this much, and it's not that much basically that I would like to lose, because I lowered my risk. See, if I'm using, for example, a standard 4% risk, I can take 2% here, or even 1% there, but I still take the trade. Why? Because that would give me extra cushion if it works out. If I lose, I'm not gonna be crying and hitting pillows, right? But if it works out, it's gonna be extra cushion for me. Exactly. No risk, no gain. But the art of trading is not about catching these. It's mainly what happens when you lose. When you win, you win. There's nothing to discuss about that. But the art of trading relies, lays in the losing part. What happens when you lose? It's like, football players. There is not single player that never falls down, right? Or gets tackled. But what makes them continue their game is that they know how to fall properly. So if you manage this part, that part is easy. Just practice that in a way that your falls will not hurt you. Yeah, that's the thing, we've been talking about this. So that's another psychological tackle. You win, and that you get cocky. You think that you're the smartest guy in the world, and the market takes it all away. That's the biggest pitfall. And I would say it's the noblest mistake you can do. Consistency. We always talk about consistency and knowing when to hit the throttle and when to step the hard on the brakes. Especially after consecutive wins, you should take a break, as you do with the consecutive losses. If you're taking consecutive losses, it means that there's something going wrong, right? So why would you keep doing it? Same thing with the wins. Look, there is something wrong, KC, with what you're saying. You're saying that I couldn't find a safer entry because you're looking at here, let's say, and looking for an entry. That's I think the problem. Because the thing is, look what we've been doing. We're saying that we're planning ahead, right? If the price comes up there, then I will look for this trade to short. I'm not trying to act on this. I'm trying to plan for this. If you try to look for positions to take when the price action is happening, then it's going to be harder for you. But for example, the reason I took this trade because of the low sweep and the potential targets higher. So my trade is, if I seen this before, I already had this idea in my head. If this low is taken and SFP, then I would take the trade to the other side. And I just didn't catch this part, but still that's my plan. So it's a waiting game. It's not like you just turn on the charts, like switch on charts. Okay, what's good now? Let's see. Can I take E trade now? No, it's not like that. It doesn't work like that. It has a similar picture though. Took out the Monday low, and there is a good amount of liquidity lying here. But then again, it's all about planning ahead. What would I do when a certain thing happens? That's the name of the game. Yeah, they're not completely random, but if they're random, we have nothing to do. Just close the screen and go home. There are certain things that repeat. That's what we're trying to take advantage of. As random they may seem, random as they may seem, it's not completely random. Otherwise, TA is bullshit, and we're just wasting our times here. Well, BTC looks better than ETH though. So that's basically what I did. Was it's the high led to the low, pull back to OTE, which lines up with this area, and then take the short. Yeah, the thing is that there is no certainty, there is only probability, that's it. We're trying to take advantage of the probabilities that the market presents. Other than that, whoever talks certain about markets is just bullshitting. But for me, there is this risk is worth the try. That's why, hence, I'm in the trade. I'm taking a bet. I also want to sell options here, not sell, I want to buy puts here. I want to buy 16,500, 16,600 puts when the price hits this level. Then it's gonna be quick expiry, like in 1-2 days, and I want to make the, I want to catch this move. It would be DGM play, but again, worth the risk, right? So if you guys want to try it, I'll share. Of course, there is no guarantee that it's not gonna do this. So that's why I call it a DGM play. For me, there is more business in the downside than to the upside and untested region. So any move here, I would like to fade. And instead of fading, I would take the option. I would buy some puts, close the expiry towards this region. I think I'm betting on the, I'm betting on this move to be a fast one. So when it comes there, I'm expecting something like this. And the thing is, I don't know if it's gonna come up here and try to take out the high and then come back there. I don't, if it does, I would also take a futures short. But my puts would cover this one also. I just need to decide how degen I have to, I want to go. Because of the gains, my man, because of the gains. This move, if it happens, is gonna give me like 10 times more gains with much less capital allocated to it. Not really, look, there is a difference. Options much higher percentage gains in certain situations, which the situations, one of the situations is if the move comes quick. For example, if you bought 17k 17,400 call options around here for the next day, like you bought here, your target is here, and it's what, like the expiry is, let's say, 5th. Yeah, although it hit it, you're not gonna make money because of the theta. You already bought it late. Because options chart is not this chart. It's a different chart. Yeah, because of the theta, time decay. Once you buy the option, it starts devaluating against time. There's a certain period that it doesn't, and then it goes down like this. The value of it, as long as the price stays in one place. If it starts going up, then it may, do something like that, but it's not enough. But if you bought it here, let's say, bought the option, it's already low, and with this move, it's gonna spike like this. So that's when you make the money. Or I can say, for example, this would make a lot of money basically, this move. It's a what? 2-day move? 2-day, yeah. 2 days. It doesn't mean, look, it's a 6% move, right? It should be like many more percentages in options. By the way, don't get me wrong, it's like, for example, if your position size is 10 BTC on options, it doesn't mean that several X is gonna give you times this, let's say, or it doesn't give you this. The amount of margin you used, the premium you paid, the amount of premium you paid is gonna do that's the amount that is getting excess, multiple excess, not this one, not your position size. Timing is crucial only in certain type of plays, which is like the DGM play. When I say you buy the option and you hope for the big move up or big move down, like quick move, you buy it here, you buy the put here, and you're trying to catch this move. That's another play. That's a DGM play. You keep the expiry relatively short for bigger gains. Longer expiries still would give you the gains, but not as much. And there is several other options. For example, you can sell the calls here, sell, not buying, sell the calls here, sell the puts here, and make money in between. So as long as the price stays here, you collect the premium from that, you collect the premium from that when at the expiry, and it's just basically free money. So this is a different strategy. Look, okay, this started turning into a option session, but look, there are two options type. One is put, one is calls, which means that you're betting on the upside, which are puts, you're betting on the downside, right? So you can also buy calls or sell calls. You can also buy puts, sell puts. Okay, when you buy a call option, it means that you're betting on the upside move. If you buy a call option right here or at this breakout, let's say you want to catch this move, you bought the call option, it means that you're betting on the upside. Buy the call for 17K, for example, with whatever expiry, it means that you're betting on the upside. But if you're selling the call option, you mean that you don't think that the price would reach that. If you sell the call option for 1707 17,700, yeah, it means that you're selling this to someone that thinks that it's gonna hit it, but you don't think that it's gonna do, so you just collect the premium. So you pay the premium here to buy this, and this guy is collecting the premium to sell this, right? So this guy is basically selling to this guy. Same, this guy is creating the contract and selling it to the one who wants to buy it. If I think that the price is gonna go down, I'm buying put options and somebody has to sell it to me. So this guy is collecting the premium, this guy is paying the premium. That's why this guy has limited risk, which is the premium, right? Once this guy pays the premium, that's all the risk he has. But since this is the writer or seller of the contract, his upside is infinite, this downside is infinite. He can collect only the biggest gain he can do is the premium he collects, right? This guy pays the premium to this guy, and that's all he makes. But the downside is limitless, basically. The more this guy makes, the more this guy loses. Well, also if this price, for example, hits the strike close to expiry, it's also gonna be worthless, basically. You want it to be hit quick. Remember the call we took. Remember I sold puts here with 2nd of December expiry at this region. I think at this region. No, it was here for 15,500. It was somewhere here. I sold the puts here. I sold the calls here, and I sold. Actually, no. I bought I bought calls here. I bought calls here, and I sold puts here. So basically, I was hoping that this would go this way, and I would make bank with this. And I'm also collecting premium to support these. So I collected premium here, used it on these. I also sold the call option here. So it's gonna be a little bit complicated because I need to show you. This is gonna mess you up right now. It's too much in too little time. Yeah, when you sell options, you're the writer of the options. No, the thing is, like, there's too many things, and if I start going into deep, then it's gonna be even more confusing for you. As I said, you know, you can collect premium on one and use that premium on other one, buying other one. So it's basically a risk. You can manage your risks in many ways. There is different strategies. You can sell this and sell puts here, sell calls here. So the more the price ranges here, you guarantee your money. That's one thing. And while keeping these, you can play the inside For example, you can buy calls here with a shorter expiry, expecting this breakout move, and these premiums you paid can support that. You can use these premiums to pay for this. So there's so many other so many ways that you can use these options. Once done right, it's an amazing tool. You can be aggressive, you can be super defensive, super conservative, but it lets you do everything with much less capital. For example, you need 10 BTC to open a 10 BTC position, right? But you need much less for options to open that kind of position. And the funny part is, there are so many smart guys that know everything about options, skews, whatever's, you know, all these technical stuff. But in reality, you don't, to make money, you don't need all those. You just need a few that works for you. For me, for example, there are a few strategies that I use that makes enough money for me to not give a fuck about what else there is for options. Is it clear what I said? I don't really need to know everything about options. I just need to perfect what I know. I don't think that you should sort something before doing something, because it's two completely different things. Because this is like, for example, if you're expecting this after taking out this low, and you remember we long this futures long, it took it out and we took the long right there. So what you would do is, you could have taken this trade, right? That was our trade. Actually, our trade was this. I'm still in this trade, by the way. Just took some profits, that's it. And the stop is here now. But instead of doing that, you could buy call options and layer them like this. You can buy call options for the, I don't know, like a December call options for this targets, this targets, this targets. And once this guy is hit, you're already in a good shape. And if it goes further, much better. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's always what I've been saying. It doesn't mean that I'm still not learning extras, but I'm mostly focusing on how to make whatever I do better, because that's making me money. Why would I learn something? Why would I spend most of my energy learning a new thing that I don't know if it's gonna work or not, while I already have something that works? I much rather use it to improve that skill over learning a new one. Once I'm content with it, then I would start looking, okay, now this works fine. Now how can I make this side of it better, let's say, and then work on a different subject. Exactly, that's exactly what it is. That is exactly practicing the same punch over and over again until you're like almost invincible, and when you hit that punch, you know that you're gonna knock him out. That's the level you need to get to. That's the level you need to get to. It's looking fine, by the way. Looking fine. Yeah, it was Bruce Lee. Let's delete this shit. Let's delete that shite also. Or let's just keep it. I'll work on another one. Yeah, the thing is, look, the purpose of any group, any decent group, let's say, not some of them that are just paid shill groups, but the idea is it just provides you with a shortcut. Instead of you making all the mistakes, there's someone that already made those mistakes teaching you the way. It's like having a mentor in real life, you know, with any business that you're doing, you're planning to do. You can either just open the company, go through with it, and face the problems, lose money, make money, go bankrupt. But if you have a good mentor, then you would avoid all this nonsense, and just it's gonna be easier to navigate. That's all what we're trying to do here. Mentorship is the most important thing. What I've learned, everything I learned from in life, that I learned from mentors. And my father wasn't a good one. Never taught me anything. So I seek for mentors myself. What's happening with the axis? Yeah, it's just pumping. The owner of Axis tweeted something back here that so many are interested in the OTC deals. So it started pumping. See what happened here? We were talking about this level. It just dipped down, reclaim, long. That's our classic over-under. Establish support, break down to a key level, in this case a demand, reclaim, pump. Yeah, now it's just useless piece of shit, right? Yeah, that's why, for example, people with fathers with successful businesses is gonna naturally be successful in business, because that's what they're born into. From the beginning, their fathers, their families are teaching them how to run the business. So they're like a few steps ahead of you naturally. Yeah, the psychology part you cannot do. You cannot take just take it from someone. But the thing is, I can still again you can learn from. You need to self actualize, that's for sure. But again, there is some tips and tricks that you can that can help you achieve that. Like for example, just when you have a consecutive wins, just step away. Be happy with your wins and just go away. Walk away from the computer. Exactly, exactly, man. Exactly, Casey. Because they are born in that mentality. Because on the other hand, the if you're not born into some family like that, you need to learn. You need to acquire that skill. But when you're born into a skill, when it is your nature, automatically since the childhood, it's much easier. Obviously, I didn't know how to keep money until I'm 35. I was just making so much, spending so much. I always was broke at some point. I would say last 10 years I'm keeping money. I'm doing investments instead of, doing other shit. Exactly. Like there are like certain rules that you need to. There are certain rules that you have to go by. I'm not a rule-based guy, as you know, but like even I do, for example, if I take like 3, 4 consecutive trades losses, then I step away. That's obviously there's something wrong that day. Or if I have like a good day, like win after win, then I step away also. I know that I'm gonna fuck it up with one trade. It's not you, it's I made it several times. Everyone makes it several times, unless you make it a rule. Make it a screenshot or whatever, just I, on my screen it says no more bad trades. So that's the charting is easy. A monkey can chart. The dealing with emotions is the hard part. I like to write them down, man. Like physical writing down, because I'm old, and also because I believe that the writing makes it sticks it better. I don't like the digitized world so much, so I always have pens, papers, different kinds of notebooks. Your brain makes better wires when you write something down. That's why what if something's important, I note them down. Yeah, I'm feeling amazing, man. I'm feeling amazing. That's also good. Look, the thing is, this is what I believe. It doesn't mean that it's the best way. If you're happy with the iPad, why not? It's just this. Also, studies show that it's better to write them down to make it stick, to make them stick. So whatever is important, I always note down with pen and paper. I have like a few notepads here, my secret notes to myself. My entries, tactics, do's and don'ts. As the importance is, they should be right under your reach, right? You need to be reviewing them. What helps is, for example, I review my past trades like very regularly, like every week. I definitely run through my trades for that week, and also every month I just look back further, what worked good for me so far, what didn't work good for me so far. So I stopped doing the things that don't work and do more on the more of the things that work. I'm not a guy that, okay, I'm bad at this, so I have to make it mediocre. No, I'm good at this, I need to make it the best. So there's a difference in the approach. Because who needs if I'm bad at a certain stuff, the best I can do, however much work I put into that, is gonna be, I'm gonna end up being mediocre at that at best. But if I work on my strong sides, they're gonna be even stronger, which would give me the edge, right? So if you're good at something, if you're a short person, right, there's no point playing basketball hoping that you're gonna get to the team, right? Team level. Like I'm talking about super short. But if you're short, maybe it would make much more sense for you to play table tennis or football, something like that. That your body is gonna be an advantage rather than a disadvantage. That's same as trading. Maybe you're a more patient person, trading is more for you, or you're super impatient. Instead of working on that side, you may try to be good at scalping, for example. Something like that. So understand yourself first and work on it. Work on the good, strong sides. And for the weak sides, again, knowing them is good because then you can avoid doing that. For example, if you're a very lousy breakout trader, maybe you shouldn't even try taking breakout trades anyways, instead of making them better. Instead, you should focus on mean reversion trades and make them even better than it is. Does it make sense? Or if you're like a top-notch breakout trader, why would you fuck around with any other thing? Just take the breakout trades, and that's it. That's why I'm telling you, you don't need to know everything. You just need to know what you know the best. master the thing that you like, and be one of the best on that. But the thing is, you don't need to be the best. That's the funny thing. It's not a competition in that sense. You just need to be good at it. That's it. You don't need to. Nobody expects you to be the best. But do it as best as you could do, not compared to other people. And that will be enough. What's this guy doing? It's been pumping all day. Alright guys, yeah, thank you for making this a bit of conversation, at least. I like it this way, because then we get to talk about stuff. Otherwise, I'm just like, okay, I'm expecting this, that, and okay, that's it. So there's no fun in that. And you guys are not extracting the most out of it. In my opinion, the conversation brings more topics on the table. Alright guys, I mean, our plans are clear. Let's wrap it up. I expect BTC to at least, attack these set of highs here, at least. And then depending on how far it would like to go, maybe from here, it's also the POC, weekly open, Monday mid-range, a very important area, basically, this area. This is BNB, the same shit. We're gonna find the same thing in BTC. The charts are gonna be looking the same. Yeah. So again, this region here. Again, this attack of these highs. Same thing with BTC. Same moves. Only difference is that BTC has this low volume nodes here, that it may travel here fast to that region of supply and then do that, whereas BNB has already POC right in this region. So I'll be watching only these, and we'll be looking to look for weakness around this area, and I'm gonna take the short, but also buy some puts to leverage my position. Yeah, we can do more of these. I'm really, for me it's also good, because I get to share more stuff. There's a limited, what I can share here is limited. I can show you different ways of looking at this, but you all know that right now. What you need is how to apply it. That's why I decided to go with the execution part now. I'm gonna start recording execution videos. And more psychology videos. I mean, we are doing psychology, we've been doing psychology, but it's just everything is like all over the place, inside other chill sessions, whatever. It's really hard to find. So I'm gonna have I'm working on a more structured way of laying down all the things that we've discussed so far, and the things that we haven't discussed, and so that you can whenever you feel like you're suffering from a problem, then you can go back to the video and you can easily find that specific video to just to go and watch. I will do it. I will. I will, because even look, the thing is, I try to find some. I know that we've been discussing psychology like all this time, but I try to find one video that we spoke about a certain topic that I cannot, I couldn't. So that's why if I cannot find it, how you guys are supposed to find it? It means that it does they're just all embedded in other videos, and it's hard to find. So I'll work on a structured way to record those. I'm gonna start probably this month. Like every week or every 2 weeks, there's gonna be a structured psychology video. Alright, guys, thanks for joining. Thanks for the nice conversation for a change. And I'll share the updates later on today, probably after New York Open. Take care, guys. Cheers.